Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Kalispell, Montana, and it is Paper Pumpkin Playdate time. Let's crack open this new one. I know I'm behind on it, but let's go ahead and crack it open, and then next week I will be back with 2 alternates for you. So let's see what's in the box. Again, as you know, if you have been around for a while, Paper Pumpkin is an all-inclusive kit that comes to your door once a month, and all you need are a pair of scissors, mainly to get the plastic off. But if there's anything to cut inside, then it's nice to have your scissors. You don't need to have any other tools, but some of the tools I like to have are my bone folder and my take your pick tool. I used it. I need to get another one. Like, I don't have enough. I need to put one over here and one over there, and then I'll have enough. So let's see what's in the box, because this one is called Fluttering Garden, March 2026. And of course, I know there's going to be 2 stamp sets, because March is always the anniversary, birthday, whatever you want to call it, for Paper Pumpkin. That's when they started, was in March. And so we always get 2 stamp sets. And I love this because here we have wonderful flowers and greenery things. And then we have the hummingbirds. And what do hummingbirds like? Flowers. So you'll be able to make some nice scenes with these. All right, so we have a basic gray ink spot. I'm going to be using my regular ink pad, and I love how it comes wrapped up in the tissue. I hang on to the tissue paper. Sometimes I use it on my card. Sometimes I just use it for packaging, for presents and things like that. So don't be afraid to use it. All right, so let's get this opened. Here we go. Using those scissors again, and let's see what's in the kit. All right, so we have some gems. Ooh, those are the nice foil. They've got some foil sparkles in it. So we have some gems, and then we have some dimensionals. I don't know why I always get stuck on that word. I have to stop and think for a minute. Back in the day, other companies called them pop dots, back when I first started scrapbooking. So you'd think after 11 years I'd be used to dimensionals, but sometimes it still stumps me. All right, and here are our stamps. So 2 wonderful hummingbirds, hello, birthday wishes, and wishing you a happy anniversary. All right, and then this one is just the greenery. So how cool is that? So like that and like that. Awesome. All right, here are our cards. We have 3 different designs, 3 of each designs. They're very beautiful. I can't wait. Ooh, and they actually have us using this stamp set as well. I wonder if this is the stamp set that goes, and this is the extra. That could be, let's find out. We will see. All right, let's go ahead and flip over here to our ingredients page. Yep, it looks like that's what it is. All right, so we're going to go through our ingredients, lay them out, and get those done. All right, here we go. We have 3 envelopes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and look at the front of the envelopes. How wonderful is that? Yeah, it's going to get a little covered by the stamp or sticker that the post office sometimes puts on, but that's okay. And then we have all the same. Ooh, they're keeping it simple this time because we've got 2 stamp sets to play with. So we've got great places to play with it. So this first one has the circle. This one is plain. Yep, so there's 2 with a circle drawn on it. You can see that there. And then the rest are plain. Nothing drawn on them. All right. And then we have the big thank you. And we have a stamp. I think we have a big thank you stamp like this. I might even have it. I'm not sure. Let me look real quick. Yes. So we have a big thank you stamp like this. So it is much bigger actually. So you would have to use it going horizontal. And then we have the circle, I'm so grateful for you. And then we have here a blank Mother's Day. And then we have this banner as well, like that. And then I'll just use one of these. Look at those beautiful hummingbirds. And we have the word beautiful. So the cards make the Mother's Day, but the stamps do anniversary and birthday. All right, here we go. Like that. And then let's see. So the big one with the purple and green, gotta love that. And we'll play with those stamps. You can do beautiful colors with those stamps. And then we have these two for, come on, we're getting kind of stuck. There we go, for card 1. And then these 3 littler ones are for card 2. And so they're not all the exact same color. They're all colored a little differently, which gives us some great ideas on how we can color them when we're playing with those stamps. Let's see, are the stamps the outlines? They are just the outlines, so we're going to have to color on your stamped image, not on the stamp itself. I was thinking we could just use some daubers on it, but you won't be able to do that. So there we go. Let's go ahead and make these cards. It looks like there's going to be a fair amount of stamping. Hello, Benji. She's going up to her roost, her box, her perch, whatever you want to call it. All right, so let's take a look at this and see what we're going to do. So here we go. This is card 1. We're going to fold it this way. This is the front. Oh, where'd that hair come from? Do you find hairs just randomly? Hi, Joanne. Great to see you on here. You haven't opened yours yet? Oh, spoiler alert. You get to see them now. All right, so we have this one. And then we're going to do some stamping with this pretty stamp right here. Oh, here it goes. I was like, wait, what did I do with my chipboard? Right there. And then for this one, you're going to want a large, actually, ooh, it just fits. It just fits on your D block. Let's see. This is one where it's got the 2 blocks together. It just fits. So I'll go ahead and use that. I want to kind of get it, I keep forgetting the word, but get it mixed in. Hi, Missy. You're late to the party. I'm not that far in. You're good. Have you opened your kit yet? So I'm just kind of getting all the manufacturing stickiness off. We're going to use the basic gray, and I want to see how it stamps. Woo, look at that. That's a great stamp. All right. So it's showing us we're going to do 2 around this circle. That's why the lines are there, so that you can get it around that circle. So I'm going to do 1 right there. And 1 right there. All right. Whew. Gorgeous. absolutely gorgeous. All right, I trust I'm going to see the two of you tomorrow at our gathering. We have our team gathering tomorrow. Talk about some things going on with Stampin' Up. Get to see some on-stage stuff. And then we're going to get to craft together. And of course, that's my favorite part, is crafting with all of you. All right, so they have the little minis. I'm just going to... Ooh, I don't have any regular size. I guess I'm using minis because that's all I got in there. Take a pick tool. I'm going to use some minis that I've already got going then, so I can use up this one. They only have 3 on there. I'm going to put more than 3 because I feel like the minis make it a little bit wonkier because they're so small and that's so big. So I'm going to put a few more on there than they call for. And that's just a personal preference for me, because I don't like things to wiggle woggle and not be steady. Oop, here we go. Forgot to bring over a little trash can. All right, here we go. Let's do this. So, Missy hasn't opened hers yet either. Were y'all waiting on me? Here we go. So we're going to line that circle up with the circle line, and then we're going to stick these on it. And they're going to, the hummingbirds are going to cover your spaces. So this one's going to go right here. We're going to use the mini dots for that. I'm going to use one that's already started. Let's see. So I don't want one on the head because the head's going to be here, but I want one on here. I'm going to put 3. They call for 2, but I'm going to go ahead and do 3. So here we go. These are pretty. These are very elegant looking cards. I love it when they do that. There we go. And then on this one, they also call for only 2, and I'm going to do 3. So that I don't feel like it's going to go anywhere. And so I don't feel like it's going to be wobbly. All right, and then this one goes right, let's see, here, like that. There you go. All right, and then what we can do on the inside is we can do that same stamp. And I'm just going to do it here like it's falling. And then I'm actually going to bring in one of the hummingbirds, I think. And there we go. Bring in a hummingbird. Maybe not. I think that actually looks good like that. I'm so grateful for you. That's really pretty. Let's see. Wow, I really like that stamp. That's really pretty. Check that out. All right. And then you've got those there, so that's all perfect. Don't have to do anything with your envelope. Let's bring in card 2. Oh, gems. Gems! Why do I tend to forget the gems? I don't know what it is, why I do that. All right, so we have 5 gems for this one. We're going with 2 larger ones. Yep, turn it around. All right. They're just not wanting to hang out properly. All right, and then another large one down here, and then some smaller ones. One over here, one over here, and one over there. All right. So 5. One of the gals at, and I can't remember if I mentioned that before, one of the gals at On Stage, she said 5 to 7 is what she does, because that way she doesn't have so many left over. And I thought, ooh, you know what? I might have to start going with 5 to 7 myself, because I always have so many gems left over. And so why not use them? Why hoard them? We're not hoarding them. Doesn't do any good. All right, so here is card 2. Oh, wow, we get to use all these fun flower stamps. I'm almost glad, because I can figure out where to put the hummingbird stamps, but ooh, all these, ooh-wee, look at that. All right, so first we're going to take this one again, and it's going to go up and down. So there we go, like that. Man, I'm loving this one. You may see this one a lot. And then this one is going to go up. And don't worry about this mess here, because it's going to get covered by your, let me zoom in a little bit more for you. It's going to get covered by your sentiment and your bird. And then we need this stamp. We'll grab a different block. And we'll ink that up. How's that look? Whew. I'm liking this. Are you loving this? This is just super awesome. And then I'm glad I re-inked my, the other day when I knew I was going to need the gray for this live, I re-inked it, and whoo, am I glad, because look at that. And we don't have to stamp anything else. Oh, I love it. Don't you love it? Oh my gosh. I'm loving this one. All right, so then we have this, 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 and this. All right, so we want the dimensionals in the corners here. And it's going to straddle. You want those wide enough because they're going to straddle that banner. You can see here how it's right here underneath. So it's going to be straddling that banner, and this is going to have some on it too. So I'm actually going to put 3 on it because it's going to have this over it. And get those papers off. All right, so this is going to go like this over it. So I'm trying to make sure it goes in there flat like that. All right, before I stick it down. Oops. Mostly that way. Here we go. And then Beautiful is going to have, oop, I got 2 at a time. They have one here and one there. Whoop, that's too high. Oh, is it going to go down? There we go. Put that in the middle. And then that one, and that's going to go right here for Have a Beautiful Nope, make sure it's not crooked so you can read. Have a beautiful Mother's Day. And then you're going to put one on the head, one on the feet, one over here, and I'm going to stick one on the other wing as well. Because you know me, I gotta have extra dimensionals. Actually, I'm going to do one on the tail too, just to make sure. All right, and then we're going to stick this right. Ooh, see, you don't want one on the feet because that hits right there. So where do we want it instead? Let's see. Yeah, where we have them. So more on the tail. There we go. So the tail, the head, and the wings. The body one or the feet one was going to be right over that. Oh my gosh, is that not beautiful? I'm going to have to hide it until Mother's Day to give it to my mom. She will love it. That's beautiful. My gosh. All right, let's do something on the inside. I'm going to do, let's see. I'm going to do this one around this way. Nope, this one really looks like it needs to be hanging. So I'm going to do that one like that. And then I'm going to do this one down here. There we go. That way it coordinates well with this. Oh my gosh. Are you loving it? Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful stamp. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, I'm loving these. All right. But I gotta hide this one from Mom. Which isn't always easy to do. Whoops. Gems. Almost forgot the gems again. You guys gotta say gems, 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 gems. All right, so we have a big one over here, and then a little one over here. And then let's see, we have another big one. Oh, I guess theirs is more that way. Oh, did I forget? No. Oh, they don't even say there was supposed to be that right there. All right, so I'm gonna stick that in there. All right, here's this one. They don't show it on the stamps, but it's right there. So I'm going to do that one. Instead, I'm gonna do it over here. All right. Yeah. So you see it here. This one was moved out more and this, but it's not over here. So just watch for that when you're doing yours. It's not here, but this is a third stamp right there that shows here. For me, I just flip-flopped it because I did not see that. But that way there's not that big white space. All right. All right, they have 3 large ones. I'm going to put this here and do this one over there. All right, so there you go. All right, let's do card number 3. All right, here we go. Let's bring this in. We're going to do more stamping with this one. Now I'm going to look closer and make sure, yep, just this one. Just that one, which means all these little dot ones, these are great to just kind of fill in some spots. So like if you ever feel like maybe you needed more, you could do some dots over here, which we could do that. You know, we'll just do that. I'll just show you what I mean, because I feel like there's some white space there since I had it different. So condition, that's the word. I forgot to condition the stamps. See, it just gives it just fills in a little bit of that white. You see that right there and there? And then it just kind of completes the picture. You can also do it around other things if you want. So you don't want to overdo the dots though. All right, you don't want to overdo the dots. I realized I forgot to. So you can either condition your photopolymers with your hand like that, or you can stamp them. That one's not stamping. There we go. You can stamp them a few times, and that will also condition the stamps. So let's go ahead and fold this. There we go. All right. Oh, nope, it goes this way. All right, so it is just this stamp, and we're going to do it 4 times across the bottom. So I'm going to, with a little bit of an edge, I'm going to stamp it here. Then I'm going to stamp it over here. And then I'm going to stamp it here and here. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a gap. Ooh, and I did that off. So I do still recommend, even though it didn't work out for me, I recommend you do these 2 sides and then you kind of look at where to line it up. I just started stamping instead of looking as to where it fit. I should have put it a little closer, but I don't think anyone's going to pay that close attention to it for me to worry about it. All right. So the thank you and these birds are going to get dimensionals. And these are small enough birds to where 2 dimensionals is plenty. Not like those others that were much bigger. There we go. And then, oh, that just took the paper. And then we need a few on here. I'm not sure how many they used, but I'm just going to use what I feel is the right amount for me. It's not going on anything that's already popped up, so it will work. All right, I used more than they did, but that's okay. All right, so that one, here we go. Get all those paper tops off. You can get a lot of them on your take your pick tool, but then it gets to a point where you got to refresh and take them off. All right, so we have our card here. This is going to go right there. All right, and then we're going to take these papers off. And this one is going to go right here. And then we have this one. And it's going to go right here. So that kind of covers up that separation as well. And then this one is going to go right here. I'm going to use it to kind of cover my separation there. All right, and then we have our gems. So 1, 2, and then we have down here 1, 2, and whoops, that one flipped over. 3. All right, so there you go. Wow, these are really pretty. Oh, I can't wait to do the alternates. I've got so many ideas running through my head right now. You would not believe it. You wouldn't be able to keep up. So tell me, which one do you like the most? Which one is your favorite? Let's zoom out here a little bit. So which one is your favorite? The I'm so grateful, have a beautiful Mother's Day, or thank you? All right, let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. Ooh, love the third flower stamp. Yeah, right? I like all of the flower stamps. I'm excited. And then let's see, so this one has, well, let's use these. It's easier to see on here. So this one has more spots. So you have some faint spots here, and then you have more spots here. Yeah, it's not flowers, it's spots. Here's a little flower one right there. And then you have the leaves, this flower, this one, and then these tall ones. And then of course the 2 birds. So we'll definitely be playing with these stamps in our alternates, especially because they've left it so wide open with nothing on these. I mean, you have this one just so you can make a circle, but you could use this to make a circle with other things, or you could just do whatever and make sure it's covered. All right, but these, we'll have 4 cards, so a total of 6 more cards to come up with. So next week I will have at least two new alternates for you, and we'll be using the stamps and the extras in here, all right, to create some alternate cards. It's going to be hard to beat these. The only thing that's going to help is the fact that I will have the stamps. So Missy likes the third one, this one, the thank you, and Joanne likes the I'm so grateful, which is funny because I really like this one. So all 3 of us picked a different one. So let's have some fun playing. If you make some alternates with this card, go ahead and post them down below in the comments and let us see what you're doing for alternates with this card. I know that for our team tomorrow, we have our team gathering and it's our 3-hour craft along. So I'm going to be working on alternates, but they won't get to see them until next Thursday. And who knows, maybe they'll be working on alternates too. So if you make something with this kit, go ahead and post your alternates below and share for inspiration. That would be great fun to see what all you are doing with it. So thank you for joining me. Sorry about yesterday. I was just run down. There's been a lot of appointments this week, and with Mom's broken wrist, I'm filling in for a lot of things. So I was a little bit wiped out yesterday, and so I laid on my bed and I finished my book. I read for a while and dozed in and out and just had some much needed relaxing time. So thanks for hanging in there with me. Thanks for waiting until today. Enjoy, and I will see you next week on Tuesday for Kit Together Tuesday. See you then. Bye-bye. Or if you're on my team, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.